Dan is ready. Let's go. Game 1 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Amazing. I feel like I don't have enough comp practice, so let's play along. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I do that sometimes when I listen to a DAS match. I play along to see if I would have beat one of the players. It works well if the game goes far. If it's an early top out, it doesn't mean much, but... Oh, Chiller getting a bit high. Already a drought. 31 drought. Though it's 18, so... It's very, very slow for these guys. Both players are clean. Another Tetris for the both of them. Chiller is 1 Tetris ahead. And 3 lines ahead. For some reason. Dan having to create a hole on the left side. Nice burn with those Z pieces. Costanic J in the chat, welcome in. Shouting, yay, Tetris! Tetris for Dan, 1 off the ground. Chiller, 1 off the ground as well. Trying to go dirty. 2 off the ground actually. Neck and neck separated by a few thousand points. Ooh, first time chat user, let's go play along attempt, ghost burning the 3k. Ooh. Not an easy sequence, both players having to burn a lot of lines. Now Danv in the lead, going for the left, well set up, going back to the right. Tetris for Chiller, still a Tetris behind at 60 lines. Freeze 2 in the chat. The SZ spam somewhere is hard. Okay, Tetris for Dan. Vitz for Chiller. Chiller is clean. Dan is a bit dependent. Gets the L. Gets the bar for the Tetris, maintaining that very slight lead of now only 1,500 points. Nice adjustment of the T. Oh, Chiller is gonna go for like... Nah, no, they are not gonna be able to burn this efficiently, and no, I was wrong. Only cost them a burn. Chiller is 1% ahead in Tetris rate. Oh, never mind. Now Danv is at 69%. And with that Tetris, Chiller is at 70%. Now 69 as well. Nice. I'm looking at the Tetris rates. Both players around 70%. So quite a decent game actually. Oh, Chiller having to burn again, looking for a long bar, column 5. But we are in a drought, 25, 26, There's the long bar. Danv taking a 2 Tetrises advantage. As we're approaching transition, now Danv is gonna need like an L and a square to solve that. Okay, he's gonna turn it into a Witz and gets the long bar for the Witz. Both players can transition around at a high 500k. Danv transitioning 585, 585, and Chiller transitioning at 544. So Danv 2 Tetrises ahead at transition. Freeze 2, the optimal game is both players at 69%. Yeah, I was hoping for that, but I don't think it happened. It was changing too rapidly. Danv is high, quite high, needs to reopen the right side. Alright, nice burns by Danv. He's reopened, still pretty high up the board, but getting those pieces left and right. Banks that Tetris. In the meantime, Chiller took the lead back, and now Danv is taking it back once again. This is very neck and neck. Danv only like 10k ahead. Tetris for Chiller. Chiller is clean, Danv is clean. Actually, Chiller with a pace lead, they are like six lines behind. Tetris for Chiller. A very, very small pace lead, but it exists. So we got a very clean 19. Danv needs a T to the left. Left not looking very good. Danv 960 on level 26, Chiller 929 on level 26. Chiller a Tetris behind and 4 lines behind. So we are on the exact same pace. Danv still with a complicated left side. Has to burn a few lines to fix that left. Oh, had nowhere to put that Z piece. And with those burns, Chiller is gonna take the lead. A65, A71 for Danv. This is so close. Oh no, that miss! Rotation of the bar by Dan. Transitioning at A77. A77 transition, he's gonna burn that long bar. A83 transition for Chiller. Oh, Chiller misdropping a piece on 29. Can they survive this? Come on, come on. Oh no, they are not gonna get that square to the left. And Danv is gonna be good for game 1. They transitioned within 5k of each other on 29. Very close game. It's like we could have started with a 29 start. Very clean first game. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, 1.113. Okay, that's a decent one, Maisie. But you still wouldn't have beaten Danv. Both players are tied. Let's see how long they are gonna remain tied. 68k each. Oh, Chiller. Oh, nice spin tuck of the T. We are in a little drought. Nah, that was only a 14 drought. Chiller getting all the long bars when the well is closed. And they're getting another long bar, never mind. And Danv took a 2 Tetris lead. That was quick. Freeze 2 not maxed in a week, so may as well try. I mean, the goal is not to max here, the goal is to try to see if you could have beaten these guys. If you play along with the same seed. Here's a drought. 21, 22, 23. When is it gonna stop? 30 drought. Both players are getting a bit high. Chiller has to close the right side. Reopens it. Nice burns. Gets back-to-back long bars. Both players with back-to-back Tetrises. And Danv with a beautiful Witz adjustment of that L to get the Witz. Danv is 1 Tetris ahead. 239 plays. 216. Oh, Chiller has to burn, but they're pretty low and getting all the right pieces. Bang, Tetris for Chiller. 2 Tetrises behind now at the same line count. And I'm a bit indiscreet, but I'm looking at I'm comparing the beds. Chiller with some plushies. Where are the plushies, Dan? Wintera in the chat. Imagine if one or both players got back-to-back Tetris, back Tetrises. Yeah, we are not seeing a lot of those. Tetris for Chiller. Chiller actually taking the lead for a moment. Then we had to burn, lost some pace, and we are now neck and neck. We'll see if 29 will make the difference again. And these players were practically tied up until 29 transition. Danv 1 Tetris ahead. Both players are clean. Chiller not with the best left side though. Dan pretty well built left. Oh, but Dan now. Oh, getting that S all the way to the left. Bangs down 2 quick Tetrises, now another Tetris. Transition in 15 lines. Tetris for Chiller. I'm trying to read what's on Dan's wall in the background, but I can't make it up. Something champions. Is it like the friendlies champions? Or the CTWCs? I think there's a CTWC poster on the left. I wonder what is that champions chart on in the middle. Oh no, Chiller! Chiller transitioned very high, hanged an S to the right and topped out at 575, so Dan is good at 611. Let's go, game 3 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I've had a time where I accidentally took a single into kill screen but got a kill screen to max. That's very lucky. I never got a kill screen to max. I got a triple to max. Like, it was like a triple and then I think a single or double. I think it was, yeah, triple into single to barely get the max. I mean, with Daz, it's basically luck only anyways, once you hit 29. Ooh, what is this drought? 31, 32, 33. Already a huge drought, and Danv is way high up on the board, and Danv is gonna top out at 5,000 points. What is going on? Oh my god. So Chiller is gonna get 1 point at least. Maybe the start of a reverse sweep. Alright, let's go game 4 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I think, is Kat on the East Coast? Don't know if she's from New York as well. Anyways. It's on the right side for Danv at least, to go and visit her. Kingsman, I'm not at Genesis. Why are those seeds so droughty? It's just our brain picking up the patterns, like... We had one nasty drought in both of those seeds. And we remember those. These droughts will never happen with increments. Exactly. Kat is from the East Coast. Yes, she's at Genesis today. Oh, nice. Oh, Danv, what is going on? I gotta stop looking at the chat. Danv trying to go for some weird setups. Might have misdropped that S. I mean, he doesn't have to go too aggressive. He might have an edge on 29 compared to Chiller. So he could even take it easy, make sure he doesn't top out and try to make out the score difference on 30. On level 29 and beyond, I mean. Chiller getting pretty high, but they're clean and get a Tetris. Dan hangs that J to the left. Now that left side getting pretty scary for Dan. Gets a long bar to the left, thankfully. Then he's gonna get a dirty Tetris 4 off the ground. He's less than a Tetris behind Chiller with the Vits. Chiller is clean, waiting on the long bar. It's not a very generous seed. And Danv having a pretty weird game. Trying to go for some setups, but the pieces he expected never came. Now he's going for some dirty, nasty Tetrises and he's getting them. Still, now 3 off the ground. Another dirty Tetris. Danv now almost 3 Tetrises behind. Chiller 315, Danv 256. I don't know, I always increment, looking at the chat, I always increment my seeds just because I'm lazy. And I don't feel like re-rolling really makes a difference. But if my opponent wants to re-roll, I don't mind. I mean, I trust Kiryava, who says it shouldn't make any difference. Danv 5 Tetris is behind now, but we are only at 87 lines. He's behind Chiller in lines as well. Behind by 5 to 6 lines. Chiller with a couple of Tetrises. 477 at 106 lines. Very strong 18 so far. Danv 338 at 99 lines. Chen is getting banned any second now because Vendy is his fave commentator. Thank you, Nightbot. %77% Tetris rate. Dan at 55%. Dan now very clean. I don't know how Chiller keeps keeps increasing that lead. Now almost 7 Tetrises ahead. Oh, the line spin for Dan. Chiller transitioning at 6.15, misrotating a Z to the left, 6.15 transition. And Dan can transition with a low 500. Yes, 504 transition for Dan. 100k behind that transition, but he's got a clean board on 19. Chiller is not clean right now. Nice L tuck by Dan, 531, 150k behind, but Chiller still burning. They are gonna try to go for a dirty, I assume. Yes, Chiller gets a dirty Tetris for Dan, reducing that lead. Another Tetris for Dan, another Tetris for Dan, yes. 612 plays 735. Dirty for Chiller. They are gonna remain one off the ground, trying to maintain that 5 Tetris lead. Cox Danny J. Fun to switch back and forth with here and the Germany channel. Got the Chiller with the T-spin, nicely done. So that's why Jakob couldn't take that match. I see now. Danv 180,000 points behind. Almost 6 Tetrises behind still. He's getting further behind in score, but it's actually the same Tetris difference, as the Tetrises are worth more points with those late levels. It's actually not that bad. Chiller. Oh, Chiller misdropping that J. This could be dangerous for Chiller. They are gonna have to burn high up. And we are in a drought. 20 drought, 21. Okay, that was only 21. Chiller reopens the right side, bangs down a Tetris. Chiller is on level 28 at A74. And then at 962 on level 27. Dan with a dirty A. Yeah, just barely got a max. A01. Chiller transitioning at B18 transition, but Chiller with a pretty nasty board. Chiller is gonna top out at B19. So Dan, you need B20. B20 is the target, 1.120. Doesn't have to go for any Tetrises, can just line this out. That was a pretty strong game by Chiller, but an unfortunate 29 transition. Couldn't score any lines on post. Dan, not with the best of boards, honestly. But since he only has to score 40,000 points, just has to survive this, gets that T to the left. Can he get something to the left? Yes, gets another T. Not an easy chase down. Ooh, those pieces. Those pieces are rough. B8, he needs 10,000 points now. 13, 14, 16, 17. And this is gonna do it. Danv gets the game and the match. GG's. Ooh, nice dirty Tetris. And 29 making the difference again. Oh, and then he's gonna be done. But all in all, even if Chiller gets relegated, still an amazing player. They got 1.2 with every playstyle. Just that is crazy. And Chiller got like good at rolling quite late compared to the other top players, so they still got a long way to go. Like they still have a good margin of progression, I mean.
121,000 for Miles, 138,000 now, 161 for TT. What am I even watching? Holy crap. TT is actually playing a pretty efficient 18 so far. 95% Tetris rate, 72% Tetris rate for Miles. Gacho Sauce says, tacos. I want to play but only have TEC. Yeah, craving for tacos is definitely a thing. Especially on Tuesdays. TT at 253 now. Miles in a little bit of a dig. Nothing terribly bad, but that's a split triple. We'll try to build one off the bottom. 224, so down about 2 Tetrises. Tetris Effect Connected is actually still pretty fun. My dad actually that's how I got my dad to play Tetris. Classic Tetris specifically was because of Tetris Effect Connected. It's something he can still play on the go anywhere on a Switch, which is pretty great. Tetris for TT 346, 272. For Miles. Simul Tetris! What is this madness? Nestrus Champ's telling me whenever there's a Simul Tetris. 369, hey now. For TT, 294, now 317 for Miles. Still built one off the bottom. Hey now counter is at 1. Oh wow, you got your sauce played in TECWC World Championships. That's awesome. Taco Blues days. And the main reason Tuesdays are bluesy is because you still, at least for me, you still have 4 more days of work to go before Friday. Well, 3. Usually if I have 2 tacos on Tuesday, it's probably in the evening, so one of those days is down. 500,000, 95% Tetris rate for Tetris time. $372 for Miles. Still looking to work through some of these holes. Does have a Tetris set up though. There's a Tetris. Go to work maybe trying to bring this last set of holes in column 6 down. Alright, it is now clean. 400,000 at line 110, so we have passed the turn. 522 for TT, who's pacing pretty hard to start this match. According to Restreamed Champs, it's a 4-5 Tetris lead, which is approximately 116,000 points, or something to that effect. 280 to be exact. I did that all in my head. Funny thing, most of the time when I restream, I don't have Restreamed Champs, so I do have to do all this math in my head on the fly. So it's weird having it all like available to me. I'll find myself still doing the estimate and realize, oh yeah, I can just look. It's right there. 460,000 to 614 for Tetris time. Transition from Miles at 484. Tetris time with a dirty column 9, 10 off the bottom. Transitioning in at 640. $644, level 20 for our players. 563,000 to 648. TT's all cleaned up, ready to go. Another Tetris. 675 to 590. So Miles has closed the gap a little bit, but also ahead in lines by about 3 lines. Still that 4-5 Tetris difference. Miles board climbing real high, holding out for that long bar, does get it. And a second one to go to 647. TT in a little bit of a dig. This is the opportunity Miles was waiting for. As TT has to burn through like probably 10 or 12 lines or so. Try to get to the bottom of this. No danger of topping out yet. Just a loss of efficiency here. Lead has shrunk to about 2 Tetrises now. Oh, TT's board is actually now in a little bit of trouble. As Miles is clean. 715, 745. Tetris time needing something left does get the J over. LJ dependency gets filled as well. Once a square left does get the square left. Would like a long bar. Not getting long bar. Gonna take some compromises. One more long bar, please. There's one right there. So TT is surviving this dig, but the lead has evaporated as Miles is now taking a lead at 810,000 to 25. TT's goal is now to just get clean before the next transition. There's a split triple and is just about clean into level 26. But is now down almost 100,000 points. 782 for TT. 875 from Miles. Arctic XC in chat. It's TT time indeed. Tetris time for Tetris time, I guess. High time for a Tetris for Tetris time as they've been working their way back down to the bottom. 946 for Miles at level 28 now. 980, one more Tetris to max out territory. TT at 891, down about 89,000. Miles set up for dirty center column. That was like column 7, about 8 off the bottom. But Miles' board now in a little bit of trouble, does get another Tetris to transition in, but has some massive trouble halfway up the board. wanting to get this uncovered. Is it going to be able to get anything left? Does get an L flat left, but that's going to be it. 1,065,000 is all Miles is going to be able to get out of the 29 transition. But TT's not going to be able to survive 30. Will not be able to complete the chase down. 947. What a game. So close there. Had an opportunity, but no luck. Tetris. We'll see if Tetris Time can get on the board. Okay. I was like, Miles, I think you're on level 12. Okay, we're good. Sometimes, I don't know if it's Nestor's Champ's acting weird or if the player did something. It's a bit of a mystery. Like, sometimes Nestor's Champs is not configured right, so it can be kind of difficult to know what's happening. Oh, man. I don't know if anyone watched, I think it was actually Cobra versus Tetris Time. I think it was last week. Cobra's screen was flipping out and it was absolutely hysterical. Oh no. Speaking of flipping out here, TT needing a long bar does get that, but is now going to be in a bit of a dig. Does get the long bar all the way left for that triple. Gonna maybe get this uncovered shortly, but this is going to be quite an extended dig to start this game for TT. That's another triple to bring the board down. Now, finally, can start setting up to bring these holes in order. Vanquish them from TT's board. Oh man, these pieces just not doing TT any favors, and now in a drought, very high up on the board. Gets the long bar just in time. Goodness gracious. Still kind of in this dig though, really high. Miles at 166, TT at 114. Oh, misdrop of the S piece there for TT. Adding to the number of holes on their board. Gonna have to work through quite a bit of stuff here first, starting halfway up the screen. Wanting to get access to that hole in column 2. Oh, it creates a long bar dependency because these